Welcome back to the Lionheart Adventures podcast. My name is Kim Ludeman, and I'm your host. I'm so excited that you're here. Thank you so much. I know you have so many podcast options to listen to, and I'm just jazzed to share some space in your ears for the next 30 minutes. So let's dive in. We have a lot to talk about today, and I'm so fired up about this because this is something that I've struggled with a lot, and I know from my years as a personal trainer and nutrition coach that this is a thing that all of us come up against, and it can really cause a lot of angst and struggle and grief and problems. And so I'm really looking forward to diving into this and to addressing it and validating this. So let's get started. So today's episode is all about obstacles and what we do when we encounter them, because we will encounter obstacles, because that is the way of it. When I first got into doing more empowerment and confidence coaching, one of the things that I learned is that the obstacle is the way, and that when we set goals for ourselves, that we will come up against what's called the upper limit. Gay Hendricks talks about this in his book, The Upper Limit. And it's where we encounter obstacles because we're pushing ourselves, and we're kind of butting up against our nervous system's capacity, and we encounter different setbacks. And so it's guaranteed to happen. And if we aren't aware of that, and if we don't have a game plan, we'll just struggle. And a lot of people stop and they think, oh, this is hard, which means it's not meant for me. Or it's hard and that means I shouldn't do it. And so even the episode title, Hard, isn't a stop sign. It actually is a go sign. It just means that we need to have a map. We need to have a plan to work with the obstacles and not just try to avoid them, because they are going to happen. So the goal for this episode is to talk about what are some of the common obstacles, and also some that maybe you haven't identified or haven't thought about, and how to work with them. How do we overcome these obstacles so that we can continue to achieve, how to continue with training, continue having adventures, having fun, doing the things that we love, the things that we want to keep doing and not get sidelined. And if we do get sidelined, then it's not as long and it's not as detrimental. Am I right? All right. So let's start talking about some of these obstacles. The first one is staying consistent and staying motivated. Do you ever struggle with staying consistent and staying motivated? If so, raise your hand. Okay, everybody should have their hand raised. If you're driving, just keep your hands on the wheel. That's fine. So this can look like maybe getting bored with your training plan or bored with your workouts, just bored and not knowing what to do. Maybe you feel lazy. I had so many clients who'd be like, I'm just lazy. Maybe you're confused. I get this way sometimes, confused with like progressive overload, or should I be doing HIIT workouts, or should I be doing just body weight exercises, or should I be doing mobility, or should I be doing this, should I be doing that? And it can get really confusing. Or maybe you're overwhelmed, or maybe you're just tired and you're like, oh, I can't stay consistent, I'm too tired, or I can't get back on track. Maybe something derails you and you feel like, oh, I can't seem to stay on task no matter what I do. Have you ever experienced any of these? I know I have been through every single one of these. And the key to these is really understanding what it is that you want. A lot of times, I think, and again, this is coming from my perspective as a trainer, is that we do things that we think we should, or that we have to, or that we're supposed to do. And in my coaching practice, I call these the red flag phrases, because these let us know that they might be out of alignment with what we really want. And we are not motivated by things that we think we are supposed to do. They become tasks. And then it's easier to get bored, to get confused, to get tired, and to get off track. It's easier to be like, oh, I just want to watch TV. I don't want to go for a walk. Or I would rather go do this other thing than go do my training plan today. It's so much easier when it's a should or a have to or a supposed to or a need to versus I want to. We are so motivated by what we want that if we can tune into that energy and apply that to our sports and our recreation, you will find a very natural flow of motivation that isn't dependent on accountability. It's not dependent on having super strong discipline and super strong willpower. If you look at the people who are really consistent with their workouts and you wonder, like, gosh, how do they do it? It's because they're tuned in to their want and their why. And this is the secret sauce. This is what will carry you through times of boredom or confusion or of just feeling kind of lazy like this. And everybody goes through seasons of this, right? This isn't just a thing. This is like we go through seasons of this. But if you can really dig down, so if I feel like I should go to the gym, well, why? Ask yourself why. Get really curious and kind, not harsh and like, well, why do you think you should go to the gym? Well, like gently. Why do I think I should go to the gym? Well, because I should be strong. Well, why should you be strong? Well, because so-and-so tells me I should be strong. Okay, well, why is that important to you? Well, because I want to be able to pick up my kids. Well, why is that important? Well, it's because I want to be able to hang out with them. I want to be able to keep up with them. Why is that important? Because I want to be connected to them. Oh, so that's why. Because you want to be able to be connected to your kids. You find time with them on their level important. And that's important to you. And if that's what's motivating you, then that is a lot more powerful than I should go to the gym because somebody told me I should be strong. Or if you love hiking and you want to be hiking into your 70s, 80s, 90s, and then you love that. You love adventure. And if you want to keep adventuring and hiking, then you know that strength training is the way to go. So maybe it's not about doing HIIT workouts as much as it is making sure your bones are strong so you're lifting heavy weights. It's about finding what it is that you're really wanting at your core and why you want it. Simon Sinek talks about this all the time, about finding your why and how that's the key to motivation. So staying in tune with your wants and your whys, and this is the key to motivation. I promise you, accountability, you won't need it very much, if at all, which is guilt. Whoa, bet you didn't see that coming. Guilt. Yes. This one I'm talking to specifically my moms in the audience. And dads, if you're listening too, I don't know if you experience this, but moms sure do. Mom guilt. And this is the obstacle of taking time for yourself, investing in yourself, either financially or with your time, your energy. This is a tough one. And it can be a real obstacle for a lot of us, right? Because we feel like, oh, I should be at home. I should be, taking care of my family or spending time with my family. And yes, of course, we want to be there for our family. We want to be helping. We want to be with our kids. And it is so important for us to have breaks. It is so important for us to be chasing our dreams, because this is our life too. This is us. This is our only time to be 40s, 50s, this is 30s, wherever you're landing right now. This is our time. YOLO. We only live once. Our kids are only young once. I hear you. You're only in this age bracket once too. This is your life. This is your opportunity, and you are worth the investment. You are worth the time. It is so important for you to have adventures, to have goals, to have dreams, to step outside your comfort zone. And if this is an obstacle for you, it's so important. And it's so hard. I hear this, I get this, I feel this, especially when I do backpacking trips where I'm gone for multiple nights in a row. Sometimes the mom guilt is really difficult to shake. And I have to remind myself that it is so important for me to have the space to reconnect with nature, to connect with the people I'm hiking with, to explore beautiful places, to refresh, to be away from my kids, to take a break. And it's important for my kids to connect with their dad. And it's important for them to see me doing things I love. My kids love hearing about the races that I'm planning to do and the events that I'm planning to do. They love it. They're like, Mom, when's your next race? What are you going to do? How far is it? Can we come run too? Can we cheer you on? Where's the finish line? They love it. They want to see you succeed. They want to see you thriving. They do. I promise. I promise they want to see you smiling and happy and refreshed. They want this for you. And so I hope that from one mama to another, that you can release the guilt, that you can let it go so that you can have the adventures that you so deserve. Okay. Number 3, schedule conflicts. This is a huge obstacle. These happen all the time. Kids get sick, double booking yourself. This is me all the time. Double book myself. This is work conflicts that pop up, unforeseen conflicts, things that can get in the way. What do we do when this happens? The key here, flexibility. This is a word I'm trying to introduce to my 4-year-old. She's like, what's flexibility? And I'm like, let me teach you the ways, because you are not. Flexibility. How can you get what you need? How can you be flexible? I think sometimes we get really rigid, especially if we have a specific training plan or a specific workout plan, or if we have expectations for ourselves, like I have to do it this way. Street parking is a workout community and program that I used to do a while back. They focus on CrossFit style workouts, but they have a great motto that something is better than nothing. And I love that, because that's a great way to also build consistency, is by being flexible. So if you have a scheduling conflict, something comes up, is there a way that you can shift and adjust your expectations? And maybe you do a workout at home, or maybe you can do sneak in some push-ups somewhere, or some squats somewhere, or get a walk in instead, or do a shorter jog, or can you do something after work? Like, how can you adjust and be flexible to still do something over nothing? Because sometimes it's really easy to get into the all or nothing mindset. Well, oh, this thing came up. Well, now I can't go to the gym, so I'm not going to do anything. Which, so easy to get into that headspace. I totally get that. But how can you pivot so that it's like, okay, well, I can't do this, but I can do this. And focusing on the can versus the can't. This is a huge mindset shift that can really help empower you and help you in a lot of areas, but specifically with your training. So it doesn't match what you had planned. That's okay. Think big picture. Big picture. That's going to help you succeed and get where you want to be so much faster than just tossing the whole thing out and saying, well, I'll just do it tomorrow. Because then if another obstacle comes up tomorrow and you have to say, well, I'll just do it tomorrow, soon it's a whole stack of tomorrows and you're still behind and you haven't done it. Versus, okay, well, I'm going to modify my workout. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do X instead of Y. Helpful so far? I hope so. Okay. The next one is illness. Especially this year, 2026. I don't know what it is in the air, but yikes. Oh, the illness, especially here in Northern Oregon, we are just struggle busing it with illness. And yours truly has been sick so many times. So I've had to really embrace this one. It's rough. So illness can be yours. It can be your parents. If you're taking care of your parents, we're kind of entering that stage of life, right? Where we're taking care of our older, aging parents. Or if you have sick kids, this can be tricky. And the key to working with illness as an obstacle is to rest. Rest, rest, rest. I know it's easy to want to just push through and to fall into the mindset that, oh no, now I'm behind or I have to do it. And remember that you're not behind. And we can get into the science of like fitness loss as far as like cardiovascular loss, muscular loss, like and how long it takes for deterioration to happen. But you literally would have to be like prone, doing nothing for like 2 weeks in order to see a slight loss in your fitness. Joe Corcione was talking about this in one of our group coaching calls this week for Everyday Ultra. Shameless plug for Everyday Ultra, by the way. If you're looking to get into ultra marathon running, love Everyday Ultra. They have group and one-on-one coaching options. If you want more information, please reach out to me because I have all the info for you. You can send me a DM on Instagram. I'd love to chat with you about it. So fantastic. So we were just talking about this, how you're not behind if you are injured and if you are sick, because it takes a lot to actually lose fitness. Plus, your body is prioritizing healing. So if you're trying to make gains when you're sick, rest. That is how you work with the obstacle of illness, is you just rest and recover and give yourself full permission to do so. If you're trying to rush the process, you can't rush your healing, whether it's physical or emotional. You can't rush your healing. Trevor Hall has a beautiful song that's titled that. You can't. So embrace, relax, recover, rest. Do some mobility if you want to. Take a gentle walk, but just embrace and rest. And then the last obstacle for our podcast purposes, there's more, but for today, is one that Kim has been wrestling with. If you know me at all, you're like, yep, she won't shut up about it. And this is injury. Injury. We're going to do a whole podcast episode, probably many episodes, on injury mindset because it is a whole thing. But if you have chronic injuries, if you have one-time injuries, if you have a fear of injuries, which that's totally legit, this can be a really big obstacle, and it can be scary, especially if you see people getting hurt and you hear about people getting hurt. You can think, oh, I shouldn't pursue stuff because I'm going to get hurt, or it's going to make my injuries worse. And this is a big obstacle for a lot of people. And we're not even talking about, some significant injuries. And here's the key for injuries is having a mindset of working with your body, not against it. Working with your body, not against it. So important to view your body as your teammate, not your competitor. This one has taken me forever. I'm still not very good at it, if I'm being honest. Sometimes I get really frustrated at my body because it doesn't match my brain. I make a joke that I have a Ferrari brain and a Volkswagen Beetle body because they don't match. And I get frustrated because I get chronic injuries all the time. And I have to remind myself that we're on the same team, because that's important for energetic flow, for healing, and for cooperation. The other part to this is having a team. Again, this goes back to you are worth investing in. Your dreams are worth investing in, and having a team of people who support you and your vision and your dreams and aspirations, so important. So important. I have a team. I have a team of people. I have a PT coach. I have an acupuncturist, a massage therapist, a chiropractor, and I have a great PCP. These are all people on my team who have the vision. They may be like, oh gosh, Kim, but they are there. They are on the team. They support the vision. They support me, and they do everything they can to get me back out on the trail so that I can do the things I want to do. And it's so important for my mental health to know that there are people behind me who are going to help when inevitably I come in and I'm like, I've hurt myself again. Because I know that about myself. And if you have that support, it makes it so much easier to get out there and to try things that are a little bit scary, things that are a little bit bigger if you're worried about injury, or if you have an injury. I have a labral hip tear, and that was a big reason that I hired a physical therapist who's a coach, because I know that hip tear is going to cause issues for me because I want to be an ultramarathon runner. And so I made that investment in myself and got myself a coach. And that has been a huge way for me to work with this obstacle, because sure enough, I got shin splints. And I knew that was going to be an issue. And I'm working with it, because just because it's an obstacle doesn't mean that it's not the way. Just because you get hurt doesn't mean that you can't be an athlete. Just because you have guilt about investing in yourself and spending time doing your training or taking time for the activities you want to do doesn't mean you're not an athlete. Just because you struggle with motivation or you have conflicts that come up doesn't mean you can't be an athlete. All of this doesn't have to be a stop sign. It actually is your go sign, because these are inevitabilities. These are things that are going to happen. And when you hit that upper limit where your nervous system is like, ooh, I don't know, this is new, this is hard, this is a lot for us to take, you got to take a deep breath And you got to come back to, what is it that I want? Why do I want it? Who's on my team? Who's supporting me? And how can I get to that next level? And work with your team. And this is also where community is so important. I cannot tell you how important community is. Finding your people. It sounds cliche to say, but you have to find your people. And if you need some help, Facebook is a great way to find people. Groups, there are Facebook groups, there are meetup groups. Meetup.com is still a total real thing. Wherever you can find groups of people who are oriented toward the same goals that you are, that is a huge way to overcome obstacles because everyone's facing them. And so when you have people to connect with and to do things with, it makes it so much easier. And it's incredibly powerful to have people. So finding your community, finding people to do these wild adventures with, so important. And that will help you be able to overcome these obstacles so much easier. So let's recap real quick over what we just talked about. Staying consistent and motivated. That's obstacle number 1. How do we overcome that? What's our roadmap? Understanding the shoulds or the stories that we have about why we're supposed to be doing it, and really getting in touch with why we're doing it and what we really want, the core desires of our heart, and really embodying those, meaning we feel it in our bodies so that we can tap into that energy, and that's what's going to keep us motivated and consistent. Number 2, guilt. Let it go. Elsa style. Let it go, because you are worth it. And YOLO, this is it. This is it, girl. This is your life. This is the one that you've got, and you're worth it. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. You're worth it, okay? You are worth the investment. Your dreams are important and they matter. Number 3, scheduling conflicts. What do? Flexible. We get flexible and we game plan how we can get what we need and adjust expectations. We don't throw it out. We just get creative and we find other ways. It's okay. If we get sick, number 4, that's okay. We rest. You're not behind. You're not missing out. You might be missing out, but that's okay. That's all right. FOMO's real. We acknowledge it. It's okay to rest. It's important to rest. Number 5, injury. If you're afraid of injuries, if you have injuries, if you get chronic injuries, that's okay. You can still do amazing things. Get a team. Get a team. Team of people to support you, to help you navigate those. Trainers are amazing, chiropractors, physical therapists. These people can help support your training. They can support your body so that you can get out there and try new things that are amazing. You can do it. And underpinning all of this is having community. People that are doing the same things that you are, that support you, that join alongside, that cheer you on. So important. Connection is the thing that can really help support you and keep you going. And you can support others and cheer them on too. That exchange of energy is so powerful and so cool. So amazing. I'm a part of some really great communities, and there's nothing more powerful and exciting than being a part of those. So find those, get plugged in, meet some other incredible powerhouse people who are doing these awesome things, because we need more females out recreating. We need you out there on the trails, on your bike, on your paddleboard, backpacking, adventuring. We need you out there because nobody knows how to have a good time like a group of women. Am I right? I'm right. I know I am. So the obstacle is the way. It's okay. Hard is not a stop sign. it's a go sign. So let's go have some amazing adventures. Get out there. This is your sign that if it's been tough, that's okay. What's been true for you in the past doesn't have to be true for you going forward.